Hello all. All right. I thought we would talk about something a little different today. We haven't talked about the U.S.'s financial situation in a while, both the people and the country itself. Let's go quickly look at our debt clock. You notice here this is the debt, and this is the total debt. Well, one of the reasons we're in this situation is because of the free trade agreements put in between the U.S. and other countries between each other. Before free trade, it was basically a tariff on anybody that sold anything from another country into this country. They had to sell their equivalent to ours at the same price or higher. They could not undercut the local prices. So if, let's say, a U.S. car company was making this type of car, a little mini car, then Germany may decide to bring over a car, which is fine and legal, but they'd have to charge at least the equivalent of our car in the same price range. So in other words, there isn't this race to the bottom. It actually, your wages actually go up enough to where you can buy the house and maybe even a few luxuries. But since free trade, things have just plummeted. Offshoring has taken place at such a rate that the jobless rate in the U.S. is actually about 23.5%. The median household finances fell by 10% from 2007 to 2012. 2/3 of the U.S. households cannot raise $400 if they had to. The U.S. employment situation is the same as India's was 30 years ago. Since 2007, the U.S. population has grown by 13.4 million. However, the workforce is only up 1.1 million. Do you see a little problem there? I want to go over to the board and show you a chart. Okay, this is the labor force participation rate from 2000 to 2014. It started out up here about 67% plus, and then by the year 2002, it was going down. By the year 2004, it was down at around 66%, where it stayed until 2008, with a few ups and a few downs. But all in all, it was pretty flat. From 2008 to 2010, it started plummeting. 2010 to 2012, plummeted all the way down to 63% or less. At present, it's at a little more than 62. It's kind of come back up to almost 63% participation rate. I think that pretty much covers what I was thinking about. And the U.S. economy is crashed, or is just flat. There's signs of a major crash coming in the stock market, and also the tech companies. And speaking of tech companies, I wanted to talk to you about one other thing. The issue here in the U.S. of militarization of the police force here in the U.S. When I was a kid, somebody in a police uniform was usually wearing blue with a soft hat of some sort, usually a cloth type hat. Nowadays, they're in full camouflage with rolling tanks, M16s, and they even carry M203 grenade launchers, along with gas grenades and percussion grenades. As was the situation here in Missouri, the state of Missouri, there was a black teenager who started to run from a cop. When you run from the Gestapo, when you run from these police, it's a death sentence nowadays here in the U.S. They yelled again to stop. He stopped and started to kneel down to get on his stomach, and they shot him. People are outraged here in this country, as they should be. There's been riots in Missouri and nothing in any other states yet, but it's coming. And the force that is coming to meet them is full military, and they treat you just as if they're occupying your country. Our own police force turned into the military. It's disgusting, and it's just it's pathetic. What the corporatists the corporatists came up with free trade. The corporatists came up with militarizing the police force. I can't imagine what's coming next from these corporate thugs, the banksters especially. So in this country, there are some some ways you can make lots of money. First of all, be a banker. Second of all, own a bar. Third of all, own a coffee place. Those are the only three businesses that are really making it big here in the U.S. And of course, fast food. But even Walmart and the junk corporate stores are now having trouble with their finances. Good. Stop supporting the corporations, both in what you buy and the services you get if you can avoid them. Whatever it is you can do to avoid feeding these corporate thugs. So, good comments as usual. And thank you for the new subscriptions. I'm not really sure what they're really good for, other than just letting you know when I put up another video. That's all I use them for. I don't consider them, the amount of subscriptions to be, oh, these videos are better or worse. You'll find that the sillier and the stupider the video, the more subscriptions they get. That's just the way it is here in the U.S. So I know that other parts of the world are in worse shape than we are, but we're quickly becoming one of those desperate states where nobody will have any food or money, and things will turn into just hell if these corporate candidates don't get off their ass and do something. But that's not going to happen. So until next time.